and welcome to another episode of Power On Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor, and with me, as always, is Sushi. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty spectacular. What are you doing?
I'm doing good. Phew. Actually, it's storming pretty bad over here, so I've been stuck inside all day. Kind of makes me sad. But, and with us is another guest, as always. Well, not always, but every other time.
Usually.
Usually. We have with us Kharnivore.
Ta-da!
Guys, how you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Still half asleep. You know what I mean? Still pretty early here in Scotland, so...
No.
Well, I
How
say early.
is it?
It's 11 a.m. It's not that early. For me, it's early.
Yeah, for a Scotsman, that's early.
Yeah, I'm an afternoon surfacer, you know. Curtains are still drawn. I'm still like a vampire in the night, you know. Like, sun.
I do appreciate it. I know you kind of work later, so it's kind of like pretty early, quote unquote early morning for you. So, and you know, it's for us that time difference. It's kind of a more difficult to kind of maneuver around in a way.
Especially when you got like that 7-hour kind of gap going on. You know, it's about 7-8 hours between us, and it's man,
right.
It's hard to work.
So, and we're people in the States or something. It's pretty easy just because it's 13. Well, it depends. If they're West Coast, it's a little bit harder, but.
Yeah.
So, but, and I am hungry. Son of a bitch. Okay, anywho.
Just gonna have to wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait. The topic at hand for today is... Actually, no, did you want to, plug anything there, Carnivore? I know...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Could,
sorry.
well, you can always...
Bad host I am.
Bastard.
I know.
Yeah, no, I've got a YouTube channel. There's not really too much on it just now. Just I was doing a few like playthroughs and long plays, and started doing a few reviews on it now. And that's just my name, just Kharnivore 2099. If you look that up on YouTube, usually find some old retro stuff on there. Usually 8-bit stuff, but 16-bit. You know, it's my preferred playing. But and also on the PGRF forums, the Pete's Game Room forum, moderator on there, just lurking around, banning him and the next guy, and making sure it's clean. But yeah. Nothing major. I really want to get into the streaming sort of thing. I think that would work better for me, you know, time frames and all that. But that's for the future, I guess. You know, with the videos, you know, it just takes so long to sort everything out and edit it all and put it up. And if you're on a short time frame, it's just easier just to plug in and play, you know.
For sure, I know Sushi has kind of gotten onto my case about streaming more. So.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen one of yours. I think it was when you did the HD re-release of Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh,
I think it was the last one I saw of yours. That was a while back.
Yeah, that was what. I think I did a little bit of that. But yeah, well, it kind of doesn't help with the whole, the ankle accident kind of didn't really help that, so I don't know. I honestly will probably, even though, I'm probably going to do some within the next week, but by the time this comes out,
it's not going to matter anymore.
It's not going to matter, so so keep a lookout for that. So.
Yeah.
Anywho, the topic at hand for today is one that's definitely thought was interesting, and it seems to be from kind of little pre-talk there. We might have kind of all went different routes with this, maybe, which is kind of interesting, I think. And that is characters that should die.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Die. Die.
Well, it's with the skate or die.
Yeah. Skate or die should die.
Skate or die too.
It was a hard game as a kid.
That's the great thing with this topic, though, is because, you know, we all probably play different kinds of games. We've probably all got these different ideas, you know, like characters we haven't even met before because we haven't played the same games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I do ever get around to playing these games you guys have played, I'll just be like, God, yeah, he needs to die.
Die.
Okay, well, with that, did you want to start us off, Karn, or things you want?
Yeah, sure. I could start with I'm going to start with some pretty obvious ones here, like people renowned for just needing to die, and it's actually one for the Xbox 360, and it's Otis from Dead Rising.
Oh.
Have you guys played Dead Rising?
Yeah, I've got Otis on my list here, so go ahead, take it away.
Man, he is like, that game is so good, and was so good when it was released, but like he just drove me nuts. Really drove me. Like I don't even think I ended up completing the game because he was just annoying me so much. Yeah, I don't care about survivors. I don't care what they are. You know, I mean, like, if they've got caught in a cul-de-sac somewhere, trapped. They can get themselves out. I'm a photographer. I'm not a hero. You know what I mean?
As I would say, I've never played it. I have. I take it back. I have played, but very little of it. Because when did the game come out? 2000.
Maybe six or something.
2006. Okay, yeah. That was college years, so I was a little bit more into retro stuff at the time because I was poor college student. But who is Otis?
I was the same myself. Like I was playing retro stuff. I didn't play it for a few years later, and just heard all these things on the internet about this guy Otis. And then when I came to start playing, I was like, "Oh God, it starts."
Yes,
it starts right at the
who
start.
Who is Otis?
Otis, like, well, I don't want to give away too much of the game, but if you haven't played it by now, you know what I mean. 6 years. As Frank West, you're like running around trying to save people in the shopping sort of thing, and Otis, he's on the other line of like a walkie-talkie, and he lets you know where there's survivors or where there's stuff happening. Like he's checking security cameras and all that sort of stuff. And he's like, "Hey, you need to get to this part of the mall, and you need to go and help this." And you're like, "Oh, okay, Otis, awesome. That's awesome." And then whilst you're in the middle of doing something else, he'll be like, "This person needs saved." You're like, "Okay." Yeah. After running halfway there, he's like, "There's someone over here needs saved." And you're like, "Oh, okay, Otis." And then I don't know, man. He gets on your case after a while. When you next see him, you just want to hit him with a bench or something like that.
I think he's like the janitor or something, right?
Yeah, custodian guy. And, somehow he just knows all the information of the building.
He knows everything about the mall or something. So, yeah, he's pretty annoying though. I remember. I correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember when the walkie-talkie starts, you can't do anything except run. Is that right? Like I don't remember being able to use weapons or anything. You're just kind of stuck just moving basically. I don't remember being able to do anything and just being surrounded by zombies and having to talk to this guy.
Yeah, well, I think if you answer him, you've got to run around. You can't attack anyone whilst you're talking to him.
It's really annoying.
So you think you could hold it with one hand and punch a zombie in the face, you know what I mean?
Something, you'd think so.
Yeah. At least some defense, not just stand talking casually on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that being really, really frustrating because he would call you sometimes and you were just, trapped somewhere trying to get out and it would just keep ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. And so you're thinking you could answer it while fighting and then you couldn't. You'd just be more or less going to die.
It's been a while since I played it, but if you're holding a weapon, say like a chainsaw or something like that, does he not drop it if you answer the phone?
I don't know, maybe. Well? Actually, that might be right. He might actually drop the weapons too. Yeah. Stupid Otis.
I'm sure if you're on the phone to him as well and you get attacked, it just cuts out the phone call and he's got to phone you back again.
Yeah. I think if you answer the phone and then if you hang up, he just calls you right back and then he's like, "Why did you hang up on me?" or something. It's like screw off.
Hordes of Evil Dead, you fuck.
Yeah. Stupid Otis.
So you risking your life.
Yeah, good old Otis.
He's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, a little bit.
You'd think being a janitor, he'd have more tools for the job than West would, He's got a camera, and that's it. That's his only weapon.
He's just hiding out in, like, that storage place. He's not even willing to go out. He's just like, "Hey, you do this."
He's such a bastard.
Jerk.
Okay, do you mind if I go next, Sushi, or do you want to go next, or?
Take it away.
You do mind.
I said take it away. Go for it.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick another easy one before it gets stolen. So, because I only have I think I have the least here. So, an easy one that I think should die, and I think there would be much rejoicing in the land would be Navi. From Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that was on my list as well.
Ah, yes. I know it was a really easy
It was actually next on my list.
I know it's a layup shot there, but I mean, yeah.
We got to get these obvious ones out of the way,
And oh my god, I'm not the biggest fan of Ocarina of Time to begin with. I think we've already kind of gone over that, but motherfucker. I swear, it was just so annoying, and there's like not even really that much character to stupid little fairy. I mean, it's just, what a worthless addition to the Zelda series.
What she is she's a good function to the game, but it's she doesn't need to talk.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. If I hear like, "Hey, over here," one more time, oh god. So we getting a hook shot to the face, Get over here.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, it'd been awesome if, she would have got, like, crushed by a rock or something, and then people would be happy, and then you could kind of feel sad for Link, and then you'd be on your merry way. End of the game. You didn't need Navi to be around, just...
put her in a jar or something and close that lid.
Yeah. No
Send
air
it.
holes.
Send it down the river.
Throw it into the volcano. You know, just...
Yeah.
So yeah, that was easy choice layup shot for me.
Yeah,
so.
that was one from the charity stripe, all right.
Hey man, that charity stripe isn't so charitable sometimes.
No, not if you're Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah. So with that, I'm passing it over to you, Sushi.
Yeah, I actually tried to avoid that kind of realm. Like, I know a lot of people like to pick on those kind of characters like Navi, and like everyone always mentions like every Sonic character except Sonic, and I'm just like, eh. It's kind of like beating a dead horse. So I mean, I tried to stay away from that, but ultimately I still had to come up with this one character as well that everyone picks on, and that is Slippy Toad from the Star Fox series.
Oh, yeah.
Just, I don't know. I don't recall being that bothered by Slippy in the first game. I mean, maybe because there was not really a voice. It was just that kind of grumbly, like, brr, 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 brr sound. So I was like, yeah, whatever. It's just kind of background noise. But by the time the N64 one had come out and, you know, they had add voice acting to the character, and he's constantly whining that, you know, someone's on his tail, or, you know, help me all the time, in that really screechy, under 6-year-old childish voice. It's just, I don't know, it's so intolerable.
Actually, it sounds more like a female voice, doesn't it? A lot of the time, it's just
sort of, yeah.
It's got that tone about it. Like, it's been a while since I played it, but
very childish though to me too. Like, it doesn't, not necessarily just that it's male or female, just very childish, but not in a good way. Like, a lot of the times, I like kids' voices. I think, you know, they're cute, they're funny, but Slippy's just doesn't really fit within the context of the Star Fox universe. Like, you have kind of brash Falco, and, you know, Peppy's fine. He just sounds like a scientist or something. And then you just have Slippy, who's supposedly one of the most important members of the team, right? Because he's the guy who makes the R-Wing. Is that right? He's like the mechanic or something. Like, he's actually a big part of the team. But, you know, no one cares. When a lot of players just let him die, they're just like, fuck it. Like, I don't even care.
yeah.
It's just like, help me. And you're like, no. You just let him fly around, and you don't even care that he dies. Like, you're just like, no. And you're like, yes.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to cut loose that baggage, you know?
Yeah, sometimes.
Get out of here.
Just to serve as a meat shield, but he doesn't even really serve it very good.
Not very well, yeah.
Because he
really.
gets just destroyed and just kind of like, okay,
yeah,
goodbye.
But you're right enough.
Very good.
But you're right enough. I don't really remember him being a problem in the first game on the Super Nintendo. But yeah, and just on the N64, oh man,
When he's
drives you nuts.
He's a dick all the time. He's like, watch me, I'm going in. Ah, help me. And you're just like, back off. Like,
he's
you're
like that
not the
asshole in
leader
Left
for
4
a
Dead that just like runs off on his own. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
like,
you're just like, you're not the leader for a reason. Like,
yeah.
so yeah, Slippy, I had to throw him in there. It's a pretty obvious one, unfortunately, but yeah, he was my charity stripe call.
Yeah, we just had to get the obvious ones out of the way, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Everyone would have been like, "Oh my god,
how did you not add
this?"
those?" Yeah. Right. Yeah. But yeah, maybe with that, let's move back to you, Kharnivore.
Yeah, move on. Okay, right. Gonna move on to the Sega here. Ryo Hazuki from Shenmue.
No.
Yeah, man. Like, I love the guy, but man, he is so dense. Like, is it Naomi, the girl he talks to all the time?
Nozomi.
Yeah, Nozomi. That's one. Right. Naomi. And she's coming up to him, and she's pretty much on her knees, being like, "Rio, I love you."
Right.
And he's just like, okay.
What's your phone number again? It's like,
yeah. Okay. And he just seems very
snowing.
Yeah, it's like he's on like some sort of like sedatives or some shit like that. He's just like, uh-huh. Do you know anything about the plates?
I'm looking for black cars.
That day. Oh, that day. How does everyone know that day? Everyone just happened to be on the street that day watching the car go past, but they didn't see anything. But yeah, he just runs around, and he's the most dense character I've ever met in my life. Like, well, never met, but, you know, seen in a computer game. And and for the amount of things you've got to find out, he's not very inquisitive. He doesn't really know how to interrogate. Someone's like, and they'll give him a very vague answer, and he'll just be like, okay, and just walk away. And it's like, you don't really seem very committed to finding the killers of your father. You know, you'd rather be like sitting in like a playground, like throwing kicks and punches for 2 hours. You know what I mean?
When I find you.
Yeah, exactly. Kicking air for God knows how long. Yeah. But yeah, it just gets really on my tits, man. And especially when you're training up those levels, like every like what, minute, he'll stop and go, maybe that's enough.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. And he'll just carry on again. And you're like, I'll decide when you're done. Keep working.
Hanging out in the arcade playing too much darts and...
Exactly. Too much hang on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, talking to Tom the hot dog vendor.
He is pretty impressive, though. He's got a Sega Saturn back in the 80s, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty damn impressive. It's
admirable.
But he could only play Hang On it or whatever he had. He had Space Harry or something for it.
Yeah, Hang On in Space Harry, yeah. Yeah. Have you guys much experience with Shenmue?
Probably similar to you. Like, I bought it kind of shortly after it had come out, and I really loved the game. And I actually didn't put him on my list. Maybe a little bit too much nostalgia for the character and the goofiness and just... But you're right. I mean, he'll ask the same question to maybe like 20 people, and he'll get answers, but he'll just continually ask the same question for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just very
repetitive.
Just very repetitive answers.
Yeah.
Like, just like, so.
Yeah, so you really
just...
saw sailors, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, yes, I did.
I've still not played it, and I know people get
Oh, man.
case.
I'm still to complete it, actually. I was going to put it on my Gentleman's Challenge for the PGRF forums, but kind of left off for just now. I've always got so far, and then I've just not gone back to it, you know what I mean?
If they do that HD thing and release it and stuff, I will definitely pick it down.
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't own a Dreamcast, and I don't know. Buying it just for that seems like it would take up more space that I really honestly don't have.
Yeah.
So yeah. Unfortunately. So.
Yeah, well, I don't really have much more to say about Rio. It pretty much sums it all up. His very
one-dimensional, basically.
plain yeah, just people opening up to him and him just having this blank face about him. Just, man, he's just so detached from reality, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe wanting him to die is maybe a bit too extreme, but...
maybe.
You know what I mean?
Certainly changed the series a lot.
Yeah, exactly. That's maybe why there isn't a third one. I haven't got that far, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
kind of... like, I kind of feel this way a little bit, like maybe having this character die is a little harsh, but somebody I think that should go very far away is Nash from Lunar 1.
No, that was my next one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fuck Nash. Seriously. Fuck Nash.
Such an annoying little turd. And he's just like this... he's just such a douche. And
he's a dick.
He thinks he's so awesome and full of himself.
Oh,
and... I don't know. Like, should I say something about it, or should I? Like,
yeah,
not?
You should ruin the spoiler. Go for it.
Okay, yeah, he turns on you. The little prick turns on you, and you're just like, you ass.
He's a dick to you the entire game, and then he's like, well, whatever, and then he tries to turn on you. It's just like.
And then you whip his ass, and then he's like, oh, I guess I'll come back.
I'll come back, and you let him in.
You let him in. You're like, oh, we love you, Nash.
Yeah.
It's okay, brosif. And you're like, no, it's not okay. Like he's.
Giant turd for hair, like, he's such a dick all the time.
The thing that peeves me off the most is like you have to use him, and then he always like says the same fucking annoying thing when you cast like his spells. And he's like, "Watch this," and you're like, "I don't want to."
Yeah.
Go away.
That's the other thing is he's pretty much useless. I mean, okay, he has those lightning spells, but I mean, near the end of the game, he runs out of magic points pretty fast, and then he can't do anything. His attacks are crap. He has no defense. The only advantage he has is that he's faster than the other characters, so he can use items. But he really doesn't matter. If you had just 4 characters and didn't have him, you would probably do just as fine.
Yeah.
He's just a crap character. I don't know if they put him in there just so you would hate him. I don't know why, but he's so dislikable.
He's not. Yeah, and I know maybe saying to die is a little harsh.
No, he can die. I don't care. He can die.
Well, I mean, for the context of the game.
Well, what he does, but as you said, he betrays you. Screw him. He can die.
Send him to the other side.
Yeah, send him to the Vile Tribe or whatever, the frontier. Send him out to the frontier. Have him walk 1,000 paces with a blindfold.
I don't know. What about yourself, Garn? What do you think of it?
See, I'm not familiar with the Lunar series myself. Obviously, I'm familiar with it. I know the series, but I haven't actually played through them myself. So I'm just looking at pictures of this Nash guy, and he's got turd for hair. That's for sure. That big quiff thing going on.
And he combs it all the time. It's just like,
The scary thing is that the first image that came up on Google is him like naked, looking in a hand mirror, and like not with anything shown. Of course, you just see his ass, and it's just like, oh yeah, he can die.
The first image Carnivore sees from Nash, he can die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he God,
the mandatory butt shot.
Yeah.
Such a horrid character.
Just...
So yeah, that was definitely on my list there. So Sushi, want to go there?
Sure, that was
Sorry,
No, that's fine. It was my next one, so that's totally fine. My next one is going to be a character that's kind of somewhat liked and somewhat disliked, depending on what context he's used. He's Firebrand from Capcom. He's that Red Devil type winged dude that's in the Demon's Crest games. He's from Ghouls and Ghosts originally, from the Ghosts and Goblins series originally. I think he's in the Marvelous Capcom 3 or something, Ultimate Marvelous Capcom 3.
I was going to add him in actually, but
yeah,
I actually quite like him as a character.
Yeah, I don't mind him like in the Demon's Crest idea. He's the hero, but I mean, I can't stand the guy in Ghosts and Goblins. I mean, he's like the ultimate enemy in the game. I mean, even bosses are easier than him half the time. He just has such an awkward pattern. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's just like all the enemies are just so fucking hardcore anyway in that game, and he just totally takes the biscuit. You know, I mean, just yeah. I've screamed at him so many times.
Oh yeah, he flies like just at the right height, so even if you jump, you can't hit him properly or whatever. He just has like all of the advantages to your disadvantages, and you have to just get totally lucky and as you jump, he's got to fly in that right position where you can hit him. Because even when he lands on the ground, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get him now. And then you throw a weapon, he just flies again. It's just, he's such an annoying bastard all the time. And he shows up in all of the games, and you can't stand him. Like, I don't mind him, as I said, in other regards, but in the Ghosts and Goblins series, I just fucking hate him. Like, I hate him.
That's because I really love that series, but I pretty much hate all the enemies in that game because they're all just bastards.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're all just out to make your life a misery. And he definitely does his job. Sitting there poking you with his little
giant smile on his face, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah. You know he has fun doing his job.
No, for sure he does. You know.
Nice armor, bitch. Steals your armor.
And then you're just a bag of bones after.
Especially when you've been turned into an old man. Which one is that? Is that in Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts, or is it in both of them? I can't remember.
I think it's in Ghosts and Goblins, because I think in Ghouls and Ghosts, or Super Ghouls and Ghosts... Sorry, Ghouls and Ghosts was like the second game, and then Super Ghouls and Ghosts, I think you turn into the baby. And then in Ghouls and Ghosts, you can be the old man or the duck. and just like once that happens, you're pretty much gonna die. Like
toast. Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to get out of it, and if you do, you're just like, yeah, and then you just usually get hit right after that.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, very
brutally hard games. Yeah. But I'm totally with you on that. I've never actually played the Demon Crest games myself. I've seen a lot of reviews on them, but just never got around to it myself.
Yeah, I've only played a little bit, but I mean, he's tolerable in that because he's obviously the hero and he's kind of fun to play as. But not a fun guy to face against. Taylor, you got any comment on that? Or
too many games, such little time.
Not really. I kind of know him more so from Demon Crest than anything, so he doesn't really bug me.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, I mean, he's a character that some people might absolutely hate and then might absolutely love. So
I'm indifferent. So
cool.
So sorry.
No, that's fine.
Garn, over to you.
Sure, right. Yeah. This is going to be from the Castlevania series, and it's those damn Medusa heads. Oh, man. Like that like sine wave pattern that they do, and it's such an easy pattern. It's such a predictable pattern, but yet so hard to dodge at the same time. I don't know if your brain just flakes out and just plays tricks with you, but man, those Medusa heads.
Because it goes in a curve. Totally messes with your mind. You're like, fuck, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing.
It's doing that sine wave. It's doing that sine wave kind of curve thing, you know, that bouncing up and down. But then you're scrolling along at the same time, so it kind of just messes with your brain, and I end up jumping into them every time.
Yeah,
every time. Especially in Symphony of the Night, because you get there's the yellow ones, and they turn you to stone. So you jump in, you get turned to stone, you fall right to the bottom of the level, and you got to shake yourself free of stonings, and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah, they're annoying.
Really get on my tits.
The bats are really annoying. I found, like in the
they were
games too.
They were in my list as well, actually.
Yeah.
But seeing as you mentioned, it was pretty much bats in any game.
Yeah.
Man, they are always so cheap. They are
Drive
so
me-
cheap.
Drive you
Zubat from
batshit crazy.
Pokemon. That's the Zubat from Pokemon.
Those leeching motherfuckers.
Ah,
And the
yeah.
bats in Breath of Fire 3, I've just been playing that recently on the PSP, and the bats in that are a pain in the ass as well. Because obviously, like, the stronger weapons you get, it always affects your agility and things like that, so you're always struggling to hit them, and my guys just end up not being able to hit the bats. And they're just sitting leeching off me constantly, and I'm like, oh, man. Just hit him. Come on. But yeah, the Medusa heads in Castlevania just...
That's a good one.
Excellent one.
I think it was really bad in like the first Castlevania anyway, because that game's so rock hard anyway, but you've got these jumps that are next to pixel perfect anyway, and then suddenly you get hit with a Medusa whilst in midair, and that's it. Doom, dead.
Yep, you're done.
Off the life. Yeah. So cheap.
Yeah, I always like when they came up, I would always try to move back instead of like try to avoid them heading at them, and I would always get hit every time. Every time I would try to like go back and try to like position myself, I'd always get in the line of their attack, and it's like, come on, leave me alone. Fucking Medusa heads.
Well, yeah, like later on, they started sending 2 or 3 at you at once instead of just one. They start sending multiple, and they're all doing the same pattern but at different times. So one will be moving in one direction, the other's moving in the other, and it's just really frustrating. Remember, Super Castlevania had quite a few moments of that, where if you tried to do, as you said, Taylor, move back, that one would still keep coming, but then they would just produce another one to come at you at the same time, and it was just like, ah.
Yeah. Well, at least, I mean, with that one, you can move the whip around, so it kind of...
Not as bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It was more like in Symphony of the Night as well, because you get like 2 or 3 of them coming, and you've still got the bad guys who are just, normal bad guys going around, so you're trying to attack them. There's 2 or 3 Medusas coming at you, especially like in the clock tower sort of area of Symphony of the Night. It gets crazy because you're trying to jump up all the cogs and all the little lift sections and stuff, and there's Medusas just flying across the screen constantly, and oh man, just if you don't have that like holy book spinning around you, you're in for a world of pain. Simple as that.
I think Castlevania 3 had that as well. I think they had a clock tower and they had Medusa heads, and it's obviously twice as bad because there was like no magic in that one. So
Yeah.
Yes, and no, the thing is that you could technically avoid that. You can just completely skip that level.
yeah,
So you can be like, fuck this. Because even though it has really awesome music for that stage, you get the what the hell's his name? The thief.
oh, Grant.
Is it Grant?
I think it's Grant, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't
The
know.
little pirate dude, right?
There's something where you could crawl up the walls and
Right,
stuff.
yeah, the pirate guy.
Yeah. So and then you have to go back down, which I think going down the
Screw
clock
it.
tower was harder than going up it, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is such a pain in the ass. Let's see. The next one that I have, I think, I'll go with the kind of one that I don't know how to phrase this. I want to say most of the cast of Xenosaga. I don't know if either of you played Xenosaga.
Only a little.
Unfortunately, I have not.
Well, yeah, it didn't come out really. Only episode 2, I think, came out in PAL. Well, the thing is that the reason why I'm saying this isn't really because I hate them or something, but most of the cast, like Shion, Momo, Ziggy, Jean, barring 2 of the main characters, 2 other main characters, why I would want them to die? Because it would have hopefully have had something to do with making episodes 4, 5, and 6. Because how it was supposed to be was the first 2 or 3 games were kind of around this time. However, 4, 5, and 6 were kind of rumoring it to be thousands of years after or something like that, or like just way into the future with only like a couple of the characters still around. Had that actually been the case, and they had actually passed on, and you'd have the continuation with 4, 5, and 6, it'd been really awesome. And it makes me sad that that wasn't the case. However, episode 3 is pretty freaking sweet. It's a pretty awesome game, but 4, 5, and 6 would have been cool. So,
Wasn't Xenogear supposed to be 5 or something weird, like originally, or?
it says episode 5, but like they're not technically, they're kind of connected, but they're not really. I mean, Takahashi had to kind of maneuver around it because square penis. had has the rights to the game and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, you like that.
Not really, but
So, yeah, well, yeah, Square Enix. Well, Square at the time, they own the rights to Xenogears and stuff. So, sigh.
fair enough.
But yeah, that was kind of a little out of the box thinking on my part. I was kind of had these characters passed, it would have hopefully made 4, 5, and 6. But no, never did. So okay, on to you, Sushi.
All right. 2 words. Baby Mario. Done. I'm done. Baby Mario. I'm
I
done.
didn't find him that annoying in Yoshi's Island, though.
He's annoying in anything he's in. Whether it's Mario Kart or whatever, I don't like those Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. I don't like them. They can die.
But if they die, time paradox.
Fine.
No Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
I can live with myself. So, Baby Mario.
All right.
That's it. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, that's about all you can say. Is the annoying cry, and yeah.
All right then. Karn,
Nice
back
and
to
simple.
you.
I like it. Okay, I'll look through my list here. I'm going to say Evil Otto from the arcade game Berserk. Did you guys ever play the game Berserk? The
No,
maze shoot.
Is it where you have the little kind of is that the bouncy face?
Yeah, it's a little bouncy face, and
Oh.
yeah, you're running around. These are like stick men running around shooting other robots and stuff like that. But then if you take too long on a particular map, this little bouncing smiley face comes after you, and man, he's like, for back at the time, that's pretty creepy.
Oh yeah, it was
Little bouncy
terrifying.
ball with a smiley in the face saying "intruder, intruder," and that really, that really pixelized sort of like digitized voice, and it's creepy, man. It's creepy. He just needs to die. Like he freaks me out every time.
Well, can't
And he
you
can
like
just-
you can shoot him enough to where he runs off, doesn't he? Or does he just keep on following? I'm trying to remember.
No, I'm sure he just keeps following you.
Because I always ran the fuck away because you start shooting it and it just keeps on bouncing at you like fuck, and then usually what happens is you die. So.
He's like one of those things like have you ever had those nightmares where like you keep running but whatever's chasing you is just faster than you? You're like running through treacle, you know what I mean? It's something's running after you, and he's just like that, you know, like you find yourself running for the side of the maze and you just go, no!
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. That thing is.
And
Yeah, obviously it's not a very deep game, so there's not really much to say about him, but man, that digitized voice and that smiley face just creeps me out, man.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's a classic.
Guess. Let's see. Next one I have on my list would be Diaz Flack from Star Ocean 2.
Oh man.
oh, Diaz?
You're going,
Diaz? Yeah.
Oh, I remember you mentioning before you don't like him at all.
No, he's a douche rocket. No, seriously. Like, have you played the game, Karn?
no, you're really hitting these JRPGs hard. And they're just not one of my preferred genres, but
Yeah. Yeah.
not that I've got anything against them, but it's just
I could like I was thinking about it and like with beforehand, and I'm like a lot of the other kind of games that I'll play are like platformers and stuff, and I'm like I can't say like I want Donkey Kong or Baby Kong to die. That would just kind of be that's a bit morbid that's too morbid for me. It makes me sad. So, but Diaz Flack, he is this douche rocket that like has Adena, the kind of like the main chick in the game, kind of creaming herself each time that he's around, and like makes the main character Claude look a complete like lame ass beta fish loser boy because of how awesome Diaz is, and like everybody's like, oh my god, Diaz is so great, he's such an awesome swordsman, everybody loves him, he's so cool, and he's just like this complete like just cold
Arrogant.
asshole. Yeah, and it's just like he kind of has like that kind of typical like the strongest mentality of like, oh, gotta be the strongest, or oh, you're weak, fuck you kind of thing, and he doesn't really deal with it too much, and he's like, I'm so awesome, blah blah blah. And the thing that just irks me the most is because you can actually, depending on choices, he kind of can die, sort of. Yeah, and well, I say that because there's Starship Blue Sphere where characters come back, so it's not like so that there's a part in the game where you do a Coliseum event, and you actually have, if you get through, when you get through it and stuff, he's at the end, you have to fight him. The thing is you can't beat him. He like blocks all of your attacks, and he's just, and it's just, fuck him. Seriously. Just, like, you can't beat the asshat to begin with, and it's just like, I think that's what irks me the most, is no matter what you do, you can't beat him. And it's just, ugh, damn it. So, yeah, Diaz Flack, Star Ocean 2. Fuck
You're jealous of his mullet.
Yeah. Yeah, his blue mullet.
Blue mullet.
Glory.
That goes like down to his ankles.
Yeah.
God damn.
It's like the longest mullet I've ever seen.
I suddenly need to play this game.
So yeah, that's one I can't stand. So,
yeah, I remember you mentioning that before. He definitely is a jerk. You know, he reminds me of Ruin from Phantasy Star 4.
Oh yeah.
But Ruin starts out like that a lot, but
it's
you really warm up to him a lot as you find out more qualities about him and what he does and who he actually is. Because he starts out exactly the same. You know, he hates the main character. He's always kind of putting him down and stuff. And but yeah, he's a really good character in the end. So
right. So yeah, where Diaz isn't really, like, he kind of has that, but he's more just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he's a loner, right? I mean, so he doesn't really care about anybody. So
Dick.
So yeah.
So yeah, Sushi, over to you.
All right, cool. I want to kind of continue off of what Kharnivore, what you said about like the Medusa heads and the bats and those kind of annoying thing. And all I've got written on the paper here is shit that flies at you. So like you said, Medusa heads, bats. Ninja Gaiden has those fucking eagle bird things.
Birds, bullshit.
Oh god, those things are really frustrating, especially in the first game, because if you fall off a ledge but you kind of catch on to the wall, and then you have to do that wall kick, but it's so slow that you can't really get up fast enough. You can't just climb, like scale the wall. And those birds just keep like hitting you over and over until you die. So those birds are really annoying. I hate Mega Man, like the Mega Man series, for having stuff that comes out of the pits, that just randomly comes out of the pits. Taylor and I have kind of brought this up previously, but I hate that stuff so much because it always knocks you in. I really don't like bullet bills from the Mario series. They're not really, really annoying, but they have their moments where they catch you at the right time. Or the what is it, Laikatu or whatever his name is,
Lakitu?
Yeah, whatever his name is. That guy's really frustrating because he's always throwing stuff at you. Just, I don't know, anything that flies. I mean, damn blue shells from Mario Kart. Like, it just seems like stuff that flies at you is extremely frustrating, especially for 2D games. I mean, Ghouls and Ghosts is notorious for that, like flying eyeballs and crap and ghosts and just,
Yeah, man. It's like in some of the later, like in Super Mario 3, when you're on the ships and stuff like that, and all the cannons are shooting off and stuff like that. I know that some of the is flying enemies, but it's much the same line as like bullet bills and stuff like that. Just you're having to dodge in between just networks of bullets, and you're just like, oh man.
Just hit that right little gap that you don't get caught with or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, no, just that kind of stuff. It's really irritating, and I mean, maybe you could argue they're not really characters per se, but it's just all in stuff that should die. That stuff should just not be allowed in the game.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's different with like the likes of Mega Man and stuff like that, because usually it is a character of sorts. You know what I mean? Like
usually, yeah.
Like in Mario, it will be like a fireball or something like that.
Right. Except for maybe the
Mega
bullet.
Man. Yeah. Still gets the character to me.
You take stuff that flies at him, get some hot bother.
Oh yeah, the thing, the Mega Man one with the pits can be really annoying because if first time you're playing it, like a Mega Man game or something, or if you just revisiting it or something, you don't quite remember it, you'll like start jumping over pits, and then all of a sudden some lame ass thing will pop out and be like, "Hey, surprise! Oh, you're dead. Well, that's a shame."
Yeah.
And you're like, "What the?"
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's lame.
Yeah. Very frustrating.
Yeah, those are not. I don't like that. That's.
Get them out of there. They can all die.
So, yeah. Karn, back to you.
Okay, right. Have you guys been fans of the Tekken series at any point?
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah. Well, I was a big fan of it for 2 and 3, but 3 was the end of it for me with the inclusion of Eddie Gordo. If anyone who's played a beat-em-up game just knows this guy is cheap. You don't get any cheesier than this character. It just... Man, I think it's because he's too good for beginners, that's the problem. You can just hit any buttons together and it'll probably string together a combo at some point. And he'll just be spinning around on his hands and feet, kicking the crap out of you. And, you're just button bashing. That's what you're doing. And that's my reason for hating him. I get beat by noobs because of this guy. I used to think I was pretty skilled at Tekken, when I was a kid. I was played a lot of Tekken 2, but was always kicking ass in that. Got Tekken 3, used to play it in the arcade a bit as well. And then I ended up playing this person that had never played it before. And they picked Eddie Gordo. And that was the end of my Tekken career. It's as simple as that.
Retired straight away.
Yeah, I've spent all this time hours learning combos, special moves, what works, juggling people here and there, and just suddenly Eddie Gordo makes me feel like a noob.
Yeah.
Just ruined my Tekken career.
Time to move into the retirement home.
Yeah, that's it. By some girl that had never played Tekken before. That was my pride washed down the sink. Kicked to the curb.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I really didn't like him. He was always kind of one of the... I'm not very good at Tekken, but I'm just not very good at a lot of fighters. I just don't put enough time into him. And
yeah, that's my problem.
He is a pain in the ass. Because, you could just kind of smack the controller and just start doing attacks. It's just really, dude? Really?
Well, that's my problem. I don't usually have much time to, dedicate to fighting games anymore, and I think it's been since Tekken 3. You just, oh man, dedicate all that time and then someone just comes in, whips your ass, and you're like, time well spent.
His fighting style is what
capoeira.
Capoeira, yeah. So,
which is really cool to watch, actually, in real life, but not in Tekken.
Not in Tekken. Not when you're getting beat by him.
I guess, Karn, it's time for you to move into Virtua Fighter.
I haven't played Virtua Fighter since the second one.
It's much harder to button mash in Virtua Fighter.
Yeah. I think it was, like I said, I haven't played them since the second one. It was the total moon physics of the jumps, really.
Yeah.
You'd press up a bit and you just...
Yeah, into the sky. I think they dropped that out, though. I don't think they have that anymore.
Yeah, well, it must have dropped after the first or second one, at least.
Maybe the third or something, yeah.
But the first one was just hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really notice it at the time, because you were just like, whoa, 3D.
Yeah.
Your mind was blown. But, yeah, just that moon physics.
Sky jumping.
Yeah, you never knew if they were going to come back down again. But, that's Eddie Gordo. Not really much to say other than cheesy, cheap fucking character. Hate him. Just dead.
I guess back to me, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am continuing the parade of JRPGs. Sorry, Karn. But I know. Yeah. Well, that's kind of
you can school me on it. It's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just
hate.
It's kind of the I don't know. It's just what comes to mind for me when it comes to characters. I don't know. There's I guess certain other ones I guess I could have thought about, like fucking Bridget from Guilty Gear, but I didn't really think about it when putting the list together. So this next one is actually it comes from the old Final Fantasy 2, not Final Fantasy 4 2, but Final Fantasy 2, like the old school one that didn't come out in the States and stuff or elsewhere, and it was only in Japan. And you're probably wondering, who am I talking about? I'm talking about Leon. And Leon is one of the characters, Maria's brother, and he, like, right at the beginning of the game, you get demolished by these Dark Knights, and it's not like, you start the fight, and you miss, and then they do, like, 800 damage, and you're like, oh, okay, and you have about 30. So, you get just annihilated. And when you come to, you find out that Leon is gone, and he turns into this, like, Dark Knight dude, and he's kind of annoying, you know. He's not like it's because it's old, you know. It came out in like late '80s, so he's not too horribly fleshed out like a lot of the characters from that time. And you come across him and stuff. And the thing is that I wish he would have died, because it would have made the story a little bit more interesting. Even though I like the story to begin with, it would have been a bit more dramatic and kind of more Shakespearean, you know, kind of people dying left and right kind of thing. But what happens is, in the Dawn of Souls remake on the Game Boy Advance and onward, they add a bonus chapter. And what happens originally in the story is that characters that are part of the Resistance die throughout the story. And in the remake and later on, they have this additional chapter with those characters in the kind of like afterlife. And so I thought it would have been like awesome had Leon actually been killed, and then you use him in the afterlife kind of thing. So that was kind of one that, like, he didn't really annoy me or anything, and I didn't really find him like amazing or anything. He was just kind of like, okay, I finally got him back, whatever, whoopty shit. But I don't know. I just like I figured that would have been a little bit cooler as opposed to how they had him in originally in the game. So
Yeah. It's a game I've still got to play, actually. Like, I think I've played the very start of it, and I was just like, move on to something else.
It's a little tough because like the how the leveling up is, it's really different.
It's the more you use the magic and stuff like that, isn't it? Is that how it levels up?
Yeah, the magic. Yeah, if you use the magic more and more, it'll strengthen. But like, it's like there's ways that you can abuse the level up system to where you just can become a awesome beefcake really early on. So
yeah.
So
Actually, sounds like my kind of game. I like doing shit like that. Just sit grind for 6 hours and just okay, let's progress.
Well, yeah, the thing is that it can be a little bit random with its leveling up. So I mean, like don't do what I did, which was like for half of the game not use any fucking magic and then be pressed to have to use magic all the time for like the latter half of the game. So I'm like sitting there leveling up my magic the whole time. I'm like, come on, hurry up!
20 solid hours just grinding magic and just like, oh man.
Yeah. So so that was one that I had. Back to you, Sushi.
Oh, okay. I'm almost tapped out here. I only have a couple left. I don't know how you guys are doing, but one I got here is any stupid evil clone. I don't know about you guys, but like I don't know if it's like a Japanese thing or something, but it seems to be typically in Japanese games. But I'm just tired of having the hero and then having to have the stupid evil clone of the hero. Like always having like the polar opposite. So you have Sonic, you need to make Shadow the Hedgehog. You have Ryu, you need evil Ryu. You have just like Link and then Dark Link, and it's just like Mario and Wario, Luigi and Waluigi. Like what? I don't know. It's just such overkill. It just feels lazy to me. Like they couldn't come up with a better villain. It's just, well, he's the ultimate embodiment of evil of the good guy, and it's just like, okay, like it just feels so lazy to me. Like I sometimes I do like feel like, yeah, it's cool, but like with Street Fighter, why did we need evil Ryu? Like I get the idea of the story, but we already had Akuma. Like what did we need like another evil version of the same character basically? Like I don't know.
Basically doing the same moves and basically the same character model.
Little more powered up or what have you, but it's just like I don't know, like Shadow the Hedgehog, is it really necessary? Like I don't know.
Shoots guns, yeah.
Yeah, it shoots guns. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys agree or not. I'm just kind of like sometimes, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Or if it's just kind of a one-off thing and it's in the one game or something. But most of the time, these are reoccurring characters. Like they just keep coming back. I don't know.
I think you bring up a good point with the Sonic. Like back in Sonic 2 when it was like the Metal Sonic, I thought that was really cool because it was just Sonic but metal. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a polar opposite evil kind of like Shadow's supposed to be. Cause it just gets a bit ridiculous when you go down that line.
I think Shadow was that evil though. I thought he was.
Well, he's like a clone of Sonic or something, isn't he? He's got his genes or something stupid. Like I don't know.
Sorry, I'm not well versed in.
I'm
Sonic
not either,
lore,
but
so.
I'm not either. But just
I didn't think he was. Yeah, I didn't think he was evil though, or per se, to an extent maybe
brainwashed or something like Knuckles or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But just as a whole, I'm just kind of tired of like that whole concept of, well, we need to have the evil version of the good guy. It just feels lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That seems very.
Yeah, I think those characters they should die. Keep them dead. One game is fine, and then that should be the end of it. They're dead. They're gone. Finished. So yeah.
That's a good one.
And back to you, Kharnivore.
Okay. You guys familiar with Silent Hill 2 at all?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Okay. I just completed it not that long ago, which was a bit stupid seeing as the HD versions just came out recently. I may as well wait for them.
Wait. What? They did?
Yeah, I'm sure the HD versions of Silent Hill 2 and 3.
I don't know if they're even out in Japan, because Silent Hill doesn't get much love in Japan. Damn it, I don't know why.
I'm kind of love-hate with the series myself. I don't know, like, The first two are quite good in their own rights, but then it gets a bit silly
Kind of
later
peters
on.
out.
Like the third one, I got so far in it, and I was just like, you know what, I
Whatever.
can't be asked.
Then
But then the fourth one gets a lot of flack. But then I don't know. At least it's trying to bring something new to the series. Don't know if you guys have played the fourth one, but
I watched a friend play it. It seemed interesting.
yeah, just with that whole room aspect, you know, walking about in first person and stuff. And
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
You're leaving to go to levels through your apartment, and freaky stuff happens all
Yeah,
over the place.
pretty creepy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
but anyways,
yeah.
it's more Silent Hill 2. This character, Eddie Dombrowski, or Dombrowski, I can't remember his name. He's a big fat blonde guy with a cap, and you bump into him quite frequently throughout all the alternative sort of world. And he's the most crazy, deranged looking motherfucker you've ever met in your life. And you're sitting talking to him, and you're trying to ask him these questions, and he's like got this dazed look in his eyes, tilting his head to the side with a gun in his hand, saying like, just reeling off the craziest motherfucking stuff. And he just makes out as if he's a normal guy, and it's like right at that point in time, you'd probably shoot him in the face. You know, you know this guy's going to cause you problems later on. You know, he's just coming out with the most creepy stuff. You've just found a dead body in one of the rooms. I don't want to give anything away, but you find a dead body, and in the next room, he's sitting there with a gun, like looking at it, and you kind of take his word for it that you didn't kill him, and you're like, James, man. Open your eyes. I know you're trying to take in a lot. You know, there's a lot of shit going on. There's pyramid heads, fucking legs on legs, and all that sort of stuff. But you need to have some rational thought here and just shoot this guy in the face, man. Save yourself some pain.
Put him down.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that character needs to die, man. Early on he needs to die, and just because he keeps popping up through later on in the game, and he just seems more and more deranged every time you see him, and you're like, oh. Even if you're just putting him out of his misery.
Yeah, he definitely, like, as the game goes on, he gets pretty kind of creepy.
Yeah.
He's just like, dude, fuck. Just, yeah, because I'm trying to remember, like, isn't he kind of more dressed like a kid, kind of?
Yeah, he's like an overgrown child, yeah, like he's got
man-child kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah. He just seems like a very cumbersome oaf, you know what I mean? But in that toddler kind of respect, you know, he just looks like he would like walk around and break stuff all the time, and just and it seems a little not all there at times, you know what I mean? But you don't want one of those guys holding a gun talking to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
I'm screaming at the screen, put him down, James, put him down. Save yourself some time.
Seriously.
Take
That's
his
a
ammo.
good one. Man, I completely, no. Maybe there's a reason why I completely forgot it, because that was kind of a creepy.
Well, it's just one of those guys, you know, like you've got a bad feeling about the whole time you're playing the game. You know, and you're just like, oh man, like I know something bad's gonna happen. I won't say what, but yeah, back to you, Taylor.
Okay, all these are seriously like JRPGs, and I do apologize.
It's cool. I'll just sit in silence.
And it's just what
I'll just
came
nod.
to mind. Well, it's just what came to mind. Yeah, just nod. Yeah. Well, here we go. You have at least heard of Tales of Vesperia.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I'm going to go on this route. And have you've played it, right, Sushi?
Yes.
Have you beaten it?
No.
Fuck. I don't know what to really say. Should I say it then?
Maybe not, because that's still a pretty newish type game.
Kinda. Well, I'll just
Work around it. Do your best to work around it.
Well, I don't even want to say the character, because then it kind of like spoils why I chose it. Son of a bitch.
Choose something else.
Well, I only have one other thing left.
That's fine. I only have two, so.
Oh, okay, well then I'm going to say my last one then. Unfortunate. Okay, last one then, since I cut that one, is from Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. The remake came out on the DS and stuff, and he carries over into the Secret of the Emblem as well. And this is Machis, or like, I don't know, I think they call him like Matisse or something like that. And he is brother to one of the like healer sisters, Dana. However, he is a terrible fucking character. This character like has poor growth. He doesn't do any. He's a what's the word I want? Like a social knight. But he is just horrible. You have already like 4 others that you can use that are so much better than him, and he's this freaking loser character that just he doesn't. He's not even a good meat shield. Like he can't take hits. He can't kill anything. He wastes a slot for a better character. I could like put a balloon there, and the balloon would probably serve as a much better. Like, seriously, it's so terrible.
Hey, there's a balloon!
Attack the balloon!
Get it!
Yeah. Kill the balloon.
At least the balloon would be a distraction, you know. It's like,
Exactly.
ooh.
Like, what the fuck is that? So, but like, his portrait frame is just fugly. Like, I just want to punch this fucker in the face so bad. And like, he's like doing it for. He's like he's doing this for. He's fighting on the bad side for money and stuff, and always needing money and all this kind of garbage. And he's just, dude, become a thief or something, or like. Something, because you're useless as anything else.
Get some skills, bitch. Come on.
Yeah,
You want to be in my team.
Yeah, and like the thing is that you have to use his sister to like recruit him, and it's kind of in the old version, in the Super Nintendo remake version, he's a little bit hard to recruit, I would say, because it was the first time for me playing like getting really into Fire Emblem and stuff, and it was like the first time playing that, you know, kind of getting into the whole mindset for Fire Emblem and getting used to the heartbreak and hatred that would fill me whenever I'd lose a character. And you have to like lure him, but without killing him, and all this kind of nonsense and stuff. And I mean, playing it now, it's really easy, but when I was first playing it, I'm like, why the fuck do I need this character? And eventually got to the point where I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna slaughter him. And so like the first time I actually played through the game and actually got through that part, I got tired of trying to save him, and I was like, you know what, fuck this, and I just took I took somebody, probably like Ogma or something. I think I had Ogma at the time. I took one character and I was like, you know what, come on, and just murdered him. I was like, yeah, get away, get away.
Did you distract him with a balloon?
Yes, I distracted him with a balloon and then slit his throat. So,
It's cold, man. It's cold.
It's cold, but he just like it's nothing like. It's not even like he's not even like really important or anything for the most part. He doesn't even do anything really to warrant so much hatred, but he just pisses me off for some reason so much. I just, for whatever reason, that loser boy. So yeah, that's, I guess, my last one, since I kind of can't say the Vesperia one. So over to you, Sushi.
All right, so yeah, I'm almost tapped out here. I wanted to bring up one, and I thought you were going to bring it up for sure, Taylor, and that is from the Mega Man series. I thought there has to be some robot masters that we all really, really dislike, whether it's design or what have you, with stage. Well, there's two. I'm matching them together because one is supposed to be a derivative of the other. Now, the first one is Quickman. I mean, it's a great character design. I love the idea of the character, but man, does he piss you off when you have to face him. I mean, you have to use the crappiest weapon to hurt him, that stupid Flashman time freeze thing, and it only takes off maybe half his health or something. Mm-hmm. And I can't even remember what the secondary weapon is, but he's just, literally, he's Quickman, so he's so bloody fast. He's jumping all over the screen. He's throwing those boomerangs at you. If he touches you, it takes off some large amount of damage. He's so frustrating, like really, really frustrating. And I think most Mega Man enthusiasts could probably agree that he's one of the hardest robot masters, maybe the hardest robot master to fight. I don't know, like, if you guys have the same experience, but man, he always kicked my ass as a kid.
Yeah, he was pretty obnoxious. He didn't really make it. I don't know. I didn't find him super horrendously difficult. I don't know if I don't know. I don't really have too many hateful memories. There's another character, and I think I know who you're alluding to.
Yes.
That makes me nerd rage a bit more. But I don't know. What about yourself, Karen?
Yeah, I never really had any problems with the Robot Masters in Mega Man 2 anyway. It's one of the ones in Mega Man 1. God, man, they just...
Fucking, what is that, Elecman?
Yeah, they really burn my balls, man. Fucking just...
If I remember, like, Elecman just zaps you right at the beginning, if I remember correctly, if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, because you got to jump into his stage, like jump up into his stage, and then he shoots you, like, right away or something.
It's definitely one of those games that's going to make your controller fly at some point.
Yeah.
There's going to be teeth marks in that motherfucker. You're just like...
I think what did it for me in 1 was the Mega Man clone. For some reason in Mega Man 1, the fighting the clone. Oh fuck, that was harder than the Yellow Devil for me. So, But can I guess your other one?
Well, it's actually yours, technically, so yes, go ahead.
Is that Ringman?
Yeah.
By any chance for Mega Man 4?
Shitty stage, shitty music, shitty boss. He is such a loser. Like, it took me a long time to figure out his pattern and how to beat him properly. And when you do, he's really not that difficult. But he's just got this really awkward pattern. He's got this stupid ring attack that he throws, and it comes back to him. So, like, sometimes the rings go off the screen, but they come back to him still in, like, these really awkward positions because he jumps up and stuff. And he's supposed to be a sort of a pseudo-clone to Quickman, apparently. Like, that's the backstory of him. He was created... Yeah, he was, like, created to be similar to Quickman, and his only reason of being created, I think, is to kill Mega Man. I think that's, like, the only thing that's, like, about him. But he's just got this stupid circus theme to his stage. There's, like, 4 mini-bosses. It's just... The stage sucks. There's so many ways to die on the stage. It's just... He just blows. Like, he's one of the stupidest Robot Masters, and he just sucks. I don't even know what else to say, but he's probably the most hated Robot Master. And I hate other ones. Like, I think Toadman's crap, but just Ringman is just a jerk.
Have you played 4 much there, Karn?
No, it's mainly the first 3 that I've played. 4, 5, and 6 are kind of hard to come by in the UK. You don't really find them that often. So, and I guess I could play them on an emulator or something, but
Get that Mega Man collection.
Play them on the NES. Yeah, I could get that, I suppose, but I've just got like the first 3 on the NES, and they're mainly the ones I play. I know he's a favorite amongst people. I actually find Metal Man to be like he's easy as hell to beat, but then I think he actually ruins the game. In a sense.
Oh, because his weapon is too powerful?
Yeah, it's just too OP, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
just, you know, that's it. As soon as you've got Metal Man skill, you're not using anything else. You'd be stupid not to use anything else, but yeah, he just kind of ruins the rest of the game for me, even though he's a damn cool boss.
Yeah, he's a cool boss. Good design.
He actually looks a bit... I always thought he looked a bit like a doctor or dentist or something, you know, with that big fucking buzzsaw blade in his head. Actually,
Yeah.
he's one of those little reflective mirror things. And
Yeah.
What the hell? Little light source on his head. And but yeah, he kind of just ruins the Mega Man 2 for me. It'd probably be a bit of a challenge if it wasn't for that. Because you can imagine Mega Man 1 would have been really easy with that buzzsaw blade. You know what I mean? Screw everyone.
It's pretty satisfying just destroying Woodman in like 2 shots, though. He's just like, I got a shield, and you're just like, nope. It just chops him
made a
down
wood
right
bitch.
away.
Has that like
Shop.
gorilla thing to him, he's like pounding his chest.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Brrr!"
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck you.
Do.
He's sitting throwing leaves at you, and you're like,
Yeah.
buzzsaw bitch.
But
Yeah.
fucking Ringman. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he's a... I mean, you weren't kidding. I mean, I hadn't played 4, and you were like, oh, Ringman stinks, and this and that. And I was like, well, how bad could he be? And he just really does suck. He's just really annoying. Again, as I said, once you know his pattern, he's not that hard. He's just really annoying. So, yeah, let's move
I
on.
was going to say, Karn, you want to kind of touch up and...
Yeah. Well, if you guys have got no more, I'll just do one last one.
Sure.
It's kind of a mix between it's kind of 2 characters, but from famous franchises, and that would be Dr. Robotnik and Bowser, both of them. Because they keep coming back, man. They keep coming back. They keep trying to take over whatever land they're trying to do. And I think, was it on this podcast? I think you guys were slagging off the Kingdom, Mario
Kingdom.
And like, how stupid are they just to let people walk in and just fuck their shit up? Like, surely they should have built defenses by now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like in Mario 64, they've got cannons and stuff like that all around the kingdom, but no, they still let people in. And at least in the Sonic world, I can kind of understand, you know, there's robots coming in, they're like swallowing up fucking innocent bunnies and birds and all that sort of stuff. Like, but they're innocent little toads. You know, like toadstools, like walking around. You know, just fire flowers getting in pipes. Come on, just block up the pipes.
Put some duct tape on there.
Like
but
the weed be gone, spray it down the pipes or something.
Exactly. But after he's gone through all this, like Mario and Sonic, guilty for it, just let Bowser live. What do they do with him? Do they just like bonk him on the head and then just walk away and go, better luck next time?
Until next time,
Yeah, just let him walk off, like licking his wounds, you know. I guess Robotnik always seems to escape at the end. Like he always seems to get off in some little craft that he's made. But with Bowser, like, what's Mario's excuse? You know, just
he's a lover.
Set him on fire with those fireballs. You know what I mean? Just
he's lazy.
Yeah,
some lazy plumber. I mean, look at you made the point about the piranha plants. He's a lazy plumber. He doesn't even take care of that shit half the time.
Flush that stuff out.
It just seems really lazy. It's the same bad guy again.
Extremely
But again,
lazy.
I suppose Dr. Wily could come into that as well. You know, I mean, just kill that motherfucker, man. Kill him.
Shout him.
I know you're the good guy, but you know, some decisions have to be made.
I mean, you have a gun. Come on. Your arm is a freaking gun. Like, you could shoot him.
It's the same malfunction.
Yeah.
You've got Metal Man's pistol blade. Cut that motherfucker in half, you know?
Yeah, there you go. Metal Man's blade. Oh, it slipped.
Use his own weapons against him.
Oh, no, in Mega Man, he'd throw a leaf shield at him or something, and it would just be like, like playing in the leaves.
Yeah. Oh my god, the power of the leaves.
Yeah. Oh.
It's more of like a distraction than anything. Just like,
Yeah.
ooh, shiny. Yeah, I've got a few more on the list, but if you guys are out, I'm just not going to bother.
Well, I had one more I wanted to tap, and I don't know if you guys will agree or not, but Ken, Ryu, and Sagat. I don't have anything else to say. Those three son of a bitches, every time in those old Street Fighter games, you know, they would fucking spam the shit out of you with fireballs, and then you'd think, okay, I got the computer now, and you jump over it, and then they would just dragon punch you or give you the tiger punch.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so frustrating as a kid trying to do that. And then not throw in the fact that, you know, so many players pick those guys because they can just spam those attacks, and it's like twice as frustrating and annoying, and you just want those characters to die.
I think if you're playing against the computer, I think Ken's actually the worst out of them. Like, because Ryu and Sagat, they'll just spam you with fireballs all the time.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Ken always gets up real close. He'll always get like, and he'll keep jumping over you. You know, if you stand in the same spot, he'll just keep jumping over you. And if you try and do anything, he'll just fire punch your ass once you get some distance. Dragon Ball. But, you know, Sagat and Ryu would just stand at the side and just spam you like hell, you know what I mean? I just find it a bit more intense with Ken just because he keeps walking up to you and just, get away from me, man. Give me some space.
Yeah.
Get away. But yeah, bastards. All of them. I think Blanca can be a bit of a bastard at times too. You know, he'll just keep doing the like somersault at you.
Well, and then the electric shock thing, right? Because you try to jump in on him, and then he does that right away. I mean, all those guys have dick moves. I mean, in those old games, Guile was like one of the worst too. I mean, you would think, oh, I'm going to get him now, and he would have like that not even split-second flash kick that he could pull out all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And that was really annoying.
Or Bison's head stomp fucking move.
Oh, yeah.
He would do that, like, he'd jump up there, head stomp you, come back around and hit you for another punch.
Yeah, that diving punch thing that he did.
Yeah. And you're like, you cheap motherfucker. Just, like, scream. So many times I was like 6, 7 years old just screaming at the TV. Going,
I've heard
girly 6, 7-year-old
3 and
boys.
4 were really bad. I heard, like, who was that, Gil and Seth? I heard were really bad, too.
Oh, yeah, well, I really didn't like 4, to be fair. People are going to start sending hate for that. But, yeah, I just didn't like 4 at all. I don't know what it was about it. I think it was probably something to do with Seth, because he's another one of those bad guys that has everyone's move. You know, there was that like wood guy in Tekken 3. You know, that wooden character.
Okujin or whatever.
Yeah, Mokujin.
Yeah, or Dural from Virtua Fighter and stuff. You know, they could just mimic anyone.
Or Shang Tsung from...
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Except I kind of liked him, so he had...
Well, he had like a delay. You could do
him.
stuff. Yeah, you could do something to kind of delay him and stuff, so...
It was whereas like with Seth or... what's the name of that wooden character in Tekken 3? It's going to really bug me now. Mokujin. Yeah, like, you didn't know what you were fighting. I think that was the problem. Like, at least Shang Tsung, you saw the change and you were able to, like, kind of change your playstyle to fight whatever you were fighting.
Right.
But with Seth, you couldn't tell what you were fighting. He just used random moves, like,
That's
from
pretty cheap.
random characters. And he'd always just use the same one. It would be one of those grab moves, and it would be some massive super pile driver which takes half your life off.
Yeah.
And put down the controller before I break something, you know. Just, I've broken enough things in my time. I'm old enough to know better now. 360 controllers cost a lot, you know what I mean? Put it on the floor. Off the console, go out for a walk.
Scream in a pillow.
Shaking my fists at the sky.
Yeah.
Damn you, Capcom! So if I didn't have enough to shout at them about.
Well, I guess, did you want to get into a game?
The game.
Yeah, ooh, that was sexy.
That's pretty nice there.
Okay, go.
Nice Scottish voice there. Give us a Sean Connery the game.
Oh, no, man. I'm not doing a Sean Connery.
The
Because if you listen to any other... He doesn't actually sound like any other Scotsman.
He just sounds like Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Bloody.
You just have to say any S with a Sean Connery. I just can't get the... I end up going a bit gay with it, you know, just Sean Connery. It tatters off towards the end, tears off.
Fair enough.
I've got some friends who do a really good impression, but not me, I'm afraid. Which is really bad for a Scotsman. I really should be able to do it. For a groundskeeper, really, I should really work on that.
Yeah, you should. Gerard Butler.
Being he is reminiscent of the Aberdeen Strangler. One of the episodes. I think there's a private detective comes up to him and says, "Do you know you look an awful lot like the Aberdeen Strangler?" And he kind of just shifts off to the side and leaves him alone. Just kind of Jimmy's all real suspicious like.
You could just do the scene where he rips off his shirt and he's just like, "Grease me up, woman!"
Yeah, when he's after the wolf.
Totally buff. And he's just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he fights the wolf, right? And he's just like, "Back to class, laddie, nothing to see here."
I was fighting wolves when you're still at your mama's teeth.
Yeah. Don't feel bad, Wolfie.
It's great.
So yeah, we kind of have kind of wanted to expand, and we actually have 5 games now. So we have the original one, which from henceforward shall be called. I guess we're just gonna call it Showdown, since we never really kind of came up with a name for it. So, but we have that plus 4 new games, and how we wanted to kind of do this is we would let the guests here, and things it would be yourself, Karn, pick a number 1 through 5, and each episode that we do this, it'll be mixed. So, whatever number you pick next time, if somebody picks the same number, it's
going to be changed up.
Yeah, it'll be different. A different game.
It may or may not be changed up. More likely it might. So, yeah. So, with that being said, Karn, pick a number
1 to 5. I'm going to choose slap bang the middle, number 3.
Number 3.
Cool.
All right. So this one for number 3, I kind of wrote random numbers when Sushi and I were talking right before we started recording, and that happens to be a new game. Hey! And this is I guess we're going to call it the Big Bluff.
Okay.
So that's one I had as number 3. So,
nice.
And how this works is we might change it up, of course, depending on how it goes. But we're kind of shooting for first to 3 points. Okay. And we do kind of a rock paper scissors kind of thing to see who goes first, and the person who goes first makes like a claim. Like for example, I can name 6 banana bobsled games or something like that. Or something like that. And then we kind of go about, and then so like for example, if I say that, say Sushi says
I can name 7 banana bobsled games.
Right. And so you go around until you want to call bullshit on somebody, or you want to like call them out.
Call the bluff.
So, call the bluff, right. And so if I think that Sushi can't name 7 banana bobsled games, I will be like, nonsense, liar.
Like, prove it, do it.
Prove it, right. And so they try to do it, and if they can do it, they get a point.
Right.
Is this making sense, or am I talking in circles?
Okay. No, it seems to make sense.
Okay.
Sounds a little complicated when you're just telling me about it, but I'm sure once we actually get into it, it'll iron out fine. Be fair.
So,
we'll just take it on the chin.
Just something to, I don't know, be a little different about it. So yeah, I guess do you want to kind of?
Oh, Taylor, you forgot to continue though. Like if I fail the challenge though, then it can pass to the next person.
Right.
So like if I fail and I say I can do 7 and I can't do 7, then I fail the challenge. I get 0 points, and the next person has to try to do it. But they only have to do the number that they think they can do. So if I said 7 and say Kharnivore, you said 2, you only have to do 2.
Okay.
And we go like that until somebody gets 3 quote unquote big points.
Dun, dun, dun.
So how about we go at it here? Let's give it a shot. Let's just try it. And less talk and more action.
Trial by
figure it out.
fire.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Baptism under fire.
Okay, so how do we want to do
we'll
this?
We'll say 1, 2, and then on 3 we'll say like rock, scissors, or paper.
Okay.
And then whoever wins gets to challenge us by saying name blah 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 whatever. How many can you name? Blah blah blah. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Taylor, you go ahead. You say the numbers.
1, 2, 3.
Paper.
Well,
you can't say 3, Taylor. 1, 2, and then paper or whatever.
What? I don't do junkin like that. So.
Yeah. I prefer
Let's try it
1,
again.
2,
Anyways, it was
3,
all paper.
and then on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
On the floor.
Well,
My
I
mistake.
actually do like rock, paper, scissors, 1, 2, 3, and then do it like.
We should probably get the Alex Kidd and Miracle theme
Yeah, that
going
would
in the
help.
background.
The trials and tribulations of
You
trying a
win.
new game.
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay, we'll do it on 3. So 1, 2, 3, then shoot. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right.
Go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Snow.
God damn it!
Snow.
Are you
Snow
serious?
rock.
Rock. Okay.
Hey, 1,
more time.
2, 3. Scissors.
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 Ah,
man!
one more time.
3 times in a row.
1, 2, 3. Scissors.
Scissors. Oh!
One more time.
1, 2, 3. Rock.
Scissors.
Rock.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, Sushi, thank God. Okay, okay. So Sushi, you call it for Arn and I.
Oh, because I'm out though. Okay.
Well, right.
One.
You're
Okay.
out, so
Fine.
I don't have to say it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Scissors.
Scissors.
Oh, that was delayed. 1, 2, 3.
Rock.
Scissors.
Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
you win.
We got a winner.
You.
There you go, Taylor.
That's pretty great.
Okay, Taylor, it's all you.
All
We
right.
could have had another 10 minutes to the podcast there.
How many times can you win rock, scissors, papers?
Oh man. Oh good. We're gonna have to work on that.
No,
All
that's
right.
fine. That's fine.
All right. I guess I'll start with we'll start with something easy. I can name 4 Zelda games.
I can name 6 Zelda games.
I can name 7, I guess.
I guess.
He's bluffing. Call him
I'm not
out.
selling myself.
Call him out.
I'm not calling them out. I can name 9 Zelda games.
Do it.
Legend of Zelda. So there's 1. Legend of Zelda. The Adventures of Link. There's 2. Link's Awakening. There's 3. A Link to the Past is 4. Ocarina of Time is 5. Majora's Mask is 6. Oracle of Ages and Seasons is 8. Well, 7 and 8 respectively. And Wind Waker 9.
Boom. 1 point.
Boom.
Ooh, nice.
Cool.
Boom. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Steve Holt.
All right, let's pass it to Carnivore. Your go.
Okay. Oh man, a bluff. Okay, we'll go with company names. I can name 7 title games. Start off easy.
Wow.
Taito game.
There's a lot of title games to go through, so it's pretty easy.
I could name
Oh, yeah.
8 Taito games.
Do it.
I can't. I have no idea.
You know him well, Sushi. He's going to be calling them out all the time.
Yeah.
Well, because I know I can't do it. That's why I was like, do it.
Yeah.
All right, so then Carnivore, it goes back to you then. Now you got to do it.
Okay, I got to do 7, yeah. Okay, so we've got Balloon Bomber, New Zealand Story,
Yep.
Rastan,
Yep.
Bubble Bobble,
Yep.
Puzzle Bobble,
Right.
man, Space Invaders, of course,
Okay.
and I've already said Balloon Bomber, haven't I?
Yes, that was my vote.
Fairy Tale Fights? Fairy Tale Story, what is it? Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. Fairyland Story.
All right.
That should be for 7.
7. So 1
Should've
point
been
for
easier.
each of you guys. Ooh. So my go?
No idea. Yeah.
All right.
It's harder when you're put on the spot, man.
Yeah. All right.
When I'm listening to home, I'm screaming titles, you know.
I will say I can name 3 shoot 'em ups,
Well, what do you mean by shoot 'em ups exactly?
like the airplane style shooters.
Okay. I can name 5 shoot 'em ups.
I can name 6.
I can name 10.
Do it.
Okay, so we have UN Squadron, Sky Shark, 1942 series,
Right.
Raiden, Aero Blasters.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just gonna say the same one. Giga Wing,
Okay.
Gunbird.
All right.
Radiant Silvergun,
Okay.
Ikaruga,
Okay. One more.
and a shitty one, Sky Kid.
Okay.
Should have said Gradius, I guess, but
Yeah, you could have gone the awesome arcade route of Varth.
I could have. There's home. Yeah, Vart's a good one, actually. Yeah.
I love Varth. Varth is awesome.
All right, 1 point each.
Okay.
Back to you, Taylor.
I can name 3 Square series. So like Square. We're not talking Square Enix. We're talking Square.
Strictly Square. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. I can name 4.
I can name 5.
I want you to do it.
Ooh.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna get me here. Like I said, I'm not a big JRPG kind of guy, and that's where they
Well, they don't have
Okay,
only,
right,
only, so
Right, there's a few others.
there's a few others for sure.
right, of course, the Final Fantasy games.
Okay.
See, this is a lot harder when you put on the spot. Okay, yeah. Final Fantasy, Secret of Mana. Man, you really do have me on the spot. People are going to be screaming at home going, you fucking moron.
Do it!
They said Square aren't my biggest thing. What the fuck is that beat 'em up called? Was that even them? The Final Fantasy beat 'em up on the PS1. Oh! Ergais or...
Yeah, that's close enough.
Ergais. That's 3. What did I say, 5?
Yes, you
Yeah.
Oh, man. So bad at this. Why'd you have to say Square?
did. Because it gives me a chance. 10, 9,
Yeah.
8.
Man, you got me there. My mind's gone blank.
Tapping out.
All right,
Yeah,
Taylor, can you do 5?
Fails so hard.
Do you want me to do 5?
Can you do 5?
Let's see. You got the Final Fantasy series. I believe Rad Racer. Didn't Rad Racer?
I believe so, yes.
Started Square.
Yes.
You have King's Knight,
Okay.
and you have the Chrono series,
Yeah,
Chrono
sure,
Trigger,
sure.
and you've got Seiken or Secret of Mana.
Right.
You can also add in Rudra no Hiho,
You
or
could
you can
add-
add in the
Romancing Saga, right?
Romancing Saga. Romancing Saga as
Front
well.
Mission,
Front Mission,
Bahamut Lagoon,
Bahamut Lagoon.
The Bouncer.
The Bouncer was one. Yeah, the Bouncer was one I was thinking. Because I always joke with people that...
Driving
the next,
S Emotion or whatever that...
yeah, I always joke that the next like Square or Square Enix title, they're always talking about like, oh, we're going to bring something back. I always joke that it's the Bouncer 2. The Bouncing. So,
Xenogears.
yeah, so...
Anyways, you did well. You did them all.
Yes.
All right, how about
Snap,
Carnivore?
2
Since you're
for
down,
me.
why don't you go for it? Taylor's up 2-1-1. So
Oh, man. I can name 6 Electronic Arts Mega Drive or Genesis games.
oh,
Just to catch you off guard there.
Is it my go, or...
sure.
Or, I go for it? Okay, alright. I can name 7 EA Electronic Arts.
I can name 8.
Okay, I'm going to call you out on it.
Okay, so we have Bob. Do you remember that game? B.O.B. Bob?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, B.O. Yeah, that's a really great game, actually.
So you got Bob. You have James Pond. You have NHL series, NHL 94, 95, blah, blah, blah. You have Madden.
Oh, I should have said no sports games.
Well, you did. So anyways, you have Madden. You have Urban Strike. You have Desert Strike. And you have Jungle Strike. And I said 8, right? So one more?
Well, that would be 8.
Oh, was it 8? Sorry, I miscounted.
Yeah, if you're counting Jungle, Desert, and...
No, that was only 7 because I got up to Madden. That was 4.
Yeah, I got up to 7 myself.
Oh, I guess I can't count.
Yeah, so I'm one more.
Alright.
Yeah, one more.
Mutant League Hockey.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
All right, so I'm 2. All right, Carnivore, it's up to you. You got to call another one because you're down.
Oh, shit, man. Put me on the spot. I can name 7 Sonic games.
Oh, good one.
I can name 8.
I can name 10. Now, if you call me out and I do it, I'm going to win, so...
Oh, man. I just don't know if I could do 11.
Well, you got to bluff.
Yeah,
Psych me out.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, I can do it. I can do 11, yeah.
Taylor?
I'm calling you out on that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So,
do it.
So we've got Sonic 1, 2, and 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. That's
Sure.
4 off the
4.
bat on the Mega Drive. Sonic 1, 2, and Sonic Chaos on the Master System are different games.
Okay.
Yeah, that is
So
correct.
6.
I'll give that.
It's
7, sorry?
7. Well, hold on. 7.
2. Yeah, 1, 2.
Sonic R,
Okay.
Sonic Spinball,
Yep.
Sonic Adventure,
Yep.
One more.
Sonic Adventure 2.
There you go. Boom. Nice.
Simple
Well done.
as that.
Everyone's
Yeah,
tied at
that's
2.
actually pretty- Okay, so maybe Sushi, your go, since you haven't...
I just won the last one. Why don't you call it out, Taylor?
God damn it.
Why, did you not have something ready, or?
Well, no, I just figured it would be because you hadn't chose one yet.
Oh,
Or-
sure. I mean, I can.
Because well, you had the I mean, Karn went twice, and I went, and then you went once. I
Okay,
went
so I'll go. Okay.
twice.
All right.
I
I
went twice.
can
So.
I can name 8 Chrono Trigger characters.
Is it for me?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm calling you out.
8 Chrono
Because
Trigger
I
characters.
can't do 9.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I think I know 2.
Okay, so we have
so long ago since I played it.
Luca, Chrono, Frog, Cyrus, Ozzy, Flea, Slash, and I will choose... I want to choose a good character.
Yeah, you better choose a good one.
It's new.
Really? Really?
Well, I had to go a bit obscure.
That wasn't new. That wasn't new. That wasn't good. That was...
Well, I was going to say Balthazar, and then I changed.
Yeah, I thought you were going to like Melchior or Balthazar.
I was going to say Balthazar, and then I changed.
Ah,
Sorry.
kind of got me excited. I was all ready, and then you kind of...
Yeah, I think I could probably do a lot more Chrono Trigger characters. I'm guessing you probably as well, Taylor.
Yeah.
So, but that was a good one. All right, well, the game went a bit long, but it's a good testing ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Like I say, it's a lot harder when you're put on the spot, man. You know, when I'm sitting listening to the podcast, I can relay answers like that. You know, I mean, I'm just like, oh shit. I think it was one time you were doing name games that start with R or B or something like that, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, I was at work and I was just reeling them out. I was almost screaming at my freaking MP3 player.
That's the thing, like,
come on, guys.
everyone, like, I know myself, even when I go back and listen, or if I listen to somebody else's show that maybe has some similar type game or something, and I'm just like screaming them because, you know, as you said, you're not on the spot. You don't feel any pressure. And I don't know why. You just put the pressure on yourself being like, I got something to prove against these other people when you really don't. It's just for fun, but you're just like, I got to beat these guys. Like,
Or you think you've got such knowledge on something until you're put on that spot and you're like,
right.
blank. And I was like, no, don't let me down now.
Yeah. So, but it's fun. It's always fun.
Yeah. So thanks for coming on and talking game stuff there,
Yeah,
Karen.
really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks for having me on, man. Really like it. Like, I just started listening to your podcast not even that long ago, but really enjoy it. Like, I like the banter on the show. It's just keeps flowing.
We try to be different. That's
We're trying. That's our motto. We try to be different.
we try to be different.
It's like I say, like I don't have that much experience with JRPGs. You know what I mean? I'm not that knowledgeable, and you guys are always on about them quite a lot, and it's education for me. Free education.
Hey, we
Thank
tried
Taylor
to,
especially.
Yeah, so you're teaching in your free time.
Yeah. Well, we try to be a little bit different, so you know we wet the palate with that, but also you know like try to do
Branch
as much
out.
as we can. Yeah, and you know even though I'm not like the huge fighting game buff, you know it's nice to kind of rediscover maybe some of the things that I played as a kid and kind of like you know and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Even if it's fun memories of a game you loved or fun memories of a game that you hate. You've always
Exactly.
like you'd always play that game with a friend who'd always kick your ass. And
Damn it, Bill! I have a friend
out,
named Bill who's like amazing at fighting games. He's like one of those people that just whatever.
Got a knack for it.
Yeah, just an innate ability to whoop ass at a fighting game. It's like, come on, dude. And like, you beat him once, and you're just like, yes, I'm so awesome. And then he just like demolishes you just like 30 times. Fuck. So, but yeah, you want to plug your stuff there?
Yeah, sure. It's just Kharnivore 2099 on YouTube. You know, just youtube.com/user/Kharnivore2099. You'll probably be able to see the spelling in the description for the podcast. But yeah, you'll find me on the PGRF forums as well, modding about, lurking about, throw my opinion where it's not wanted, and
Being just
all
like
that jazz.
Being like Otis the janitor.
Oh yeah, bugging everyone.
Go save those people over there. Don't post there. I told you not to.
Yeah, this is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Know your role.
You're so banned.
No, I leave the ban hammer with the other guys. Yeah, they can do all that. But I don't have the cold heart to ban people. I'd rather just see them die in video games.
There you go. Die. So, yeah,
But thanks for having us on, guys.
For sure.
It was fun. Sorry if I just sounded half asleep when we were during.
That's okay.
I don't usually wake up till tea time, you know what I mean? 5 p.m. That's my waking sort of.
So yeah, anything else you want to add there, Sushi?
No, I just once again like to thank you for coming on. Really enjoyed chatting with you.
It's good, guys. It's good. They said it's first podcast, so I was a little jittery at first there, you know.
Oh, well, we're pretty honored by that. So
You're taking my podcast virginity.
Internet high five.
that was all Taylor. That's all Taylor.
High-fiving over my back.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't pull his hair. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, bringing it into the gutter right at the end.
Okay. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, or characters you think you should die, definitely let us know. Post comments and all that fun hunky-dory stuff. Yeah. So, Thanks for watching. Well, thanks for watching. God damn it. Thanks for listening, guys. And have a good day.
Later, guys.